Alright guys, how's it going? So this time, we're talking about texting and driving. This drives me insane. That's not to be confused with what I'm doing right now. My phone is mounted to my dash, hands-free. My hands aren't touching it. I'm not holding it to film myself or anything like that. But texting and driving specifically. Here's why. What I'm doing right now, the reason why I don't consider this a problem is because I am talking to you, but I'm still looking straight. I'm not looking at my phone to see how I look, because I really don't care. I'm vlogging from my car. You know, I know that the quality of my video isn't going to be perfect, but, you know, it drives me nuts when I see people texting and driving, and the reason why it drives me nuts is because it's dangerous. I live in a city where there is a ton of traffic. And I mean a ton of traffic. 15 miles of travel can take up to an hour because traffic is so congested. And it's not the worst traffic in the world. I know places like LA are a lot worse. New York, we're not even talk about it. But, you know, where I live in Phoenix, traffic's relatively bad. Bad enough where texting and driving is just not a good idea. And it never fails. Every day I see it. I see people flat out on their phones, texting, and it's not like they're sitting at a red light. They're not stationary when they're doing this. No, they're doing this while they're in bumper to bumper stop and go traffic, and they're sitting there texting away, or they're on Facebook, or they're on Twitter, they're Snapchatting, or whatever they're doing, and it drives me nuts because it never fails. They start driving, or they're moving, and they have to slam on their brakes, and they either A, get rear-ended, or B, almost get rear-ended. Or they do the rear ending if they're not even paying attention enough to stop their car when the car in front of them stopped. And it bugs me. I don't understand what is so important about anything on your phone that is requiring your attention while you're operating a dangerous object. You're driving a vehicle. I don't care if you're driving a smart car, if you're driving a freaking Dodge 350, or Dodge Ram 3500, Supermax or whatever the freaking things are called. I don't care what you're driving. You're driving a vehicle that can kill somebody. And yes, even a smart car can kill somebody if you hit them hard enough. And it's just, it baffles me as to why people think it's okay. I mean, you were literally driving a weapon on wheels. You're operating a piece of heavy machinery, a piece of heavy equipment. There's a reason why, if you're on controlled substances like Percocet or any type of painkillers or anything, you're not allowed to drive or operate, keyword operate, heavy machinery. Texting is way worse. There's statistics that actually show a driver, an individual that is texting and driving is actually more dangerous than somebody that is intoxicated under the influence of alcohol. That's scary. And here's why the statistics show that they're more dangerous. When you're texting and driving, you're looking at your phone, you're reading the comment, you're reading your messages, you're looking away from the road. At least a drunk person is trying to drive straight. They're trying to get from point A to point B without getting pulled over. So they're not driving responsibly, and they're certainly not doing, I don't condone or anything. I don't support drinking and driving. If you had a beer or you're under the influence, you should get a cab or have somebody pick you up, whatever the case may be. Or just have a designated driver if you really need to get your car back home. But again, at least they're making an attempt to not get into an accident because they don't want to go to jail. They don't want the ticket for driving under the influence of alcohol or whatever substance they're on. They really don't. They understand the risk is there, and then if you are drinking and driving, you deserve to get a ticket. You're an idiot. You shouldn't do it. But you certainly shouldn't be texting and driving. Understand that you are more dangerous than a drunk person. Period. Point blank. I don't care what anybody says. Well, I've never had an issue. I don't care. You're still more dangerous. It only takes one person to pull out in front of you when you're not paying attention. When you're looking down at your phone and you look up and it's too late. It's point blank. You may be okay. You may be capable of driving while not looking. You may be capable of keeping your car going in a straight line, and your peripherals may be on point enough to see, okay, yeah, the car in front of me is slowing down, so I should slow down too. But somebody cutting out in front of you, you can't, your reaction time, your peripheral vision is just not good enough. There's not a single person on this planet that is capable of reacting when they're not looking with that kind of time response that's necessary. And I mean, for me, I look at it as if somebody really needs to get a hold of me, if it's an emergency situation, they're going to call me, period. Because emergencies shouldn't be conveyed over text. And if they are and you're not responding, they're going to keep texting you, keep texting you, keep texting you. You just ignore it until they actually pick up the phone and call you. And nowadays, and I know not everybody's fortunate enough to have a car like I do that's got Bluetooth phone capabilities. You know, I can, when I get a call, I don't even have to touch my phone. I've got a little answer and hang up button. I can make calls straight from my steering wheel. And I can even, issue a verbal command to call somebody or to answer or whatever. So, yeah, my car is more equipped to provide a safer hands-off, hands on, both hands busy driving and not talking situation. But, they have these other things called, headphones, Bluetooth ear devices. If you can't afford or don't like Bluetooth, you can actually get a pair of headphones that have a mic on them that you just plug into your phone, and now you can sit there and talk and drive hands-free. So, and when I say drive hands-free, I mean, off your phone, not off the steering wheel. That's the point. So for me, there's no excuse. There's no reason why your text messages should ever be acknowledged, read while driving. If you have an Android device and you do have a Bluetooth stereo, guess what? There's this awesome app called Google Auto, AUTO, like automobile. What's really nice about this is if your phone is hooked up to your stereo and you've got Pandora going, you're jamming out, and somebody sends you a text message, Android Auto will actually interrupt your song, or not necessarily interrupt it, but quiet it down and say, so-and-so just messaged you, would you like me to read it? And guess what? You say, yes! And it reads it to you. And then it says, would you like to reply? And you can say, yes! And then you can verbally reply to that text message. That's what I do. If somebody's really needing to text me, I could still do it, but I'm doing it verbally. I'm doing it hands-free. I don't have to look at my phone. I don't have to touch my phone. It's all verbal. It's all through voice command, and it's great. And again, if you don't have that ability or you don't like that ability, great. Wait till you get to a spot where you can put your car in park and then acknowledge and respond to the text message if it's that important. But 9 out of 10 times, if you're driving, there is not a single message in this world that you can possibly receive that requires your immediate attention. And if it does, it's called pull over, then do it. Don't sit there and text and drive. It's not smart. In most states, it's illegal. I know in Arizona, it is illegal. And if a cop should see you texting and driving, they have every right to pull you over and issue a ticket. And the penalty's pretty severe here. It's not a light ticket. It's a pretty big ticket. I don't know about y'all, but every time I can't afford to pay a ticket every time I get caught, texting and driving. So I don't know. This is more of not a debate discussion or a debate video or if you want to argue with me, by all means, I'd love to hear what you have to say. But this is one of those topics where there's not a single thing anybody can tell me that would convince me otherwise as to why texting and driving should be okay. Because I firmly believe it is not a safe practice to use. Pick up the phone and make a call. And even then, I'm really not partial to, somebody driving with the phone held up to their face. I understand maybe it's better than texting, but it's still a distraction. I don't think there are too many technologies out there to help give you a hands-free phone experience for when you're driving, that there's no reason why you should be holding your phone up to your ear, or even worse, having the phone on speaker and doing this while you drive. That's another big pet peeve. It's like, why? Obviously you understand you're not supposed to be using your phone, you're not supposed to be talking on your phone, so you're trying to use an alternate method. I'm sorry, but go the extra step. Go down to the local electronics store. and pick up a $10 pair of headphones that has a freaking mic on it. Simple enough. Now you don't even have to hold it. Now you can drive with both hands. You don't even need to hold your phone. You have full control of your vehicle. You have better response times. Technology is too affordable to have any. There's no excuse, period. Bottom line, no excuse. That's where I draw the line. No, there's no excuse, no reason as to why you shouldn't be able to drive with your full attention on the road and the vehicles around you and still maintain a conversation, whether it's through your car or through a Bluetooth device or just an old-fashioned hardwired headset or a set of earbuds that has a mic built in. And I can tell you now, don't tell me, oh, my phone doesn't work. Yes, it does. Every cell phone has the ability and capability and hardware necessary to use a microphone-enabled headset. Not a single phone out there anymore that doesn't do that. So, and they're all standardized. All the ports are 3.5 millimeters. If you don't know what that means, it's the same size as a standard headset, headphones that you get to listen to your music on. So, there you go. Bottom line, no reason. So if you do text and drive, if you're one of those people that likes to Snapchat while they're driving or talk on their phone while they're driving and pull one of these numbers, or Facebook, whatever the case may be, even watching videos, just don't do it, especially watching videos. It's even worse than texting. I've seen people actually sit there and they've got their phone exactly like I do, and they're hands free. They're not holding their phone, but they've got Netflix pulled up and they're watching a Netflix video while they're in their car driving. And it's not like they're playing it for somebody else. There's nobody else in their car. It is just them. And I'm just thinking, seriously? Because let's be honest, nobody puts a show on, a video, and doesn't at least try to watch some of it. You can't say, oh, I put it on for background noise. No, because you still glance at it. It's a distraction. If you had your phone down in your center console, so it was out of viewing distance, then yeah, okay, you could use that argument. But if it's on your dash, you're watching it. I don't care what you're saying. You can tell me until you're blue in the face. I will never believe you. So yeah, anyways, that's that. More of a complaint video or a griping video than anything. If you guys have comments or feedback, or you don't agree with what I'm saying, comment section's perfect for that. Yeah, so I guess if you have thoughts, let me know what you think. If you don't, if you agree, throw an I agree in the comments. Hey, that'd be great. Let me know I'm not the only person that thinks this way. I think it's just asinine to think that texting and driving is an okay practice. I don't care if you're the only car on the road. It's still dangerous to yourself. It still puts you at risk of wrecking your own vehicle, and I personally can't afford to buy a new one. So for me, my phone, I don't respond to messages unless it's through voice. I don't check my Facebook. I don't check my Snapchat. I don't check my Twitter. I don't check any of it. It can all wait till I get to a spot where I can safely grab my phone and take the time to read and respond. Simple enough. There's nothing in this world that's more important, and if it's that important, people can call me. Bottom line, and everybody I know knows that. So for me, it's not an issue. And if you have friends or family that don't understand that, let them know. Bottom line, I'm not going to reply to you. So, anyways, I'm done. If you agree, throw an I agree. If you disagree, disagree and explain why. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you like the video, go ahead and click that like button. Lets me know you guys enjoy what I'm doing. It lets me know that I'm doing an okay job. If you have any feedback on what I'm doing, even just not necessarily the content, but me. If you have any feedback on what you think I should do differently, please let me know in the comments. That helps me get better so that I can do this and provide you guys with a better viewing experience and better content. There's only so much I can do currently, but as time goes on, I could probably look into getting a better phone mount, or getting a Bluetooth headset or something that would actually give a better quality audio recording, whatever the case may be. You let me know in the comments below. I read them all because there's not a lot of them. I think I've got 2 comments so far. So, but yeah, just like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, click that like button. Helps me out a lot. trying to get to 10,000 views total across my channel. Hopefully I can do that sooner than later. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.